Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's Mississippi's Chief Meteorologist, Matt Lobheim.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Lobheim. Showers and thunderstorms likely again as we progress throughout today. Into the midday time period, a few of those developing, but a lot more in the afternoon. So obviously warming up pretty quickly. We show 87 at noontime. The thing is we're probably going to reach our peak maybe 1, 2, even 3 o'clock at the latest. I show 88 at 3 p.m. just because I think in some spots it will have happened before that time at around 90. Again, this is about as cool as we get going forward for your Wednesday, as we'll have plenty of showers around that. Rain coverage 60% by 3 p.m. Here's a look at Futurecast, and we do show 11:30 in the morning, some isolated showers out there starting to pop up even into Wamba County, but this is the zone to watch. Watch right back here out for Clarksdale, out toward around Holly Springs. This is where the zone where storms will likely kind of develop back out toward the river and then work their way east. Now, it's not to say we won't have some pop-ups ahead of that. Even 12:30, we do show a few of those, but the greatest quantity of storms from that batch there moving in. Hey, we pick things up at 1 o'clock. Again, a few of these strong enough there when you kind of look at our scale that as they collapse, a couple of wind gusts, 50 miles per hour possibly out of some of those. We're looking here toward 2 p.m. Again, not impossible to have a strong severe thunderstorm. That depicts one near West Point, but this is the greatest quantity out here closer to Holly Springs and Batesville and Water Valley. So that is working its way eastward. We reach our peak overall coverage and chance from most locations here by around 3 p.m. there. And if this line can kind of hold together, and you see that for a few hours it does before it sort of collapses, that's when you get maybe a few stronger wind gusts. So while I think severe weather is not likely, it's also not impossible to get 1 or 2 strong wind gusts. Now, this is not a tornado setup. These are very disorganized thunderstorms. But again, as they collapse hard from time to time, and certainly heavy rainfall like we've had the last few days. There will be spots. There will be somebody that probably picks up 2.5 inches between now and 4:30, 5 o'clock this evening with one of these storms. They do have a little bit of movement to them, again, from west to east, so hopefully that limits the flooding potential somewhat by 6:37, diminishing, and certainly that diminishing process continues into this evening. So as we look at high temperatures, we're going about 90 in Greenwood, 89 degrees in Grenada. The reason we're a little cooler near the river is not because it's going to necessarily feel cooler, but because those storms will pop up there first, kind of limit the overall temperature, and then work their way back toward the east as we progress throughout the afternoon, with heat indices up to 99 in Houston, 97 degrees aiming 95 in Columbus. The only reason you're there, again, the rain-cooled air. That's why it's 91 Oxford and Holly Springs. That's probably not your peak heat index. This is the heat index as of 3 p.m. So the peak heat index is probably going to be mid to upper 90s, most locations, if not around 100 degrees. As we look at that Mississippi Live Weather 7-day forecast for North Mississippi, and we're going 89 for the high on your Thursday, 91 by Friday. But these percentages there certainly show that this Wednesday, this Thursday, we have the greatest coverage, greatest likelihood to see some of those showers and thunderstorms, continuing to have at least limited rain chances. Okay, more than limited rain chances into this upcoming weekend and even into the first part of next week, though we do see eventually some drier weather probably as we look toward next Tuesday. Of course, you can get that 7-day forecast, this exact one, in the Mississippi Live Weather app, free and available for all those different devices. Keep it here for the latest, and we'll certainly be tracking some thunderstorms. If they end up strengthening enough, we'll have live coverage here on the Mississippi Live Weather channel. And of course, download that app. We appreciate it so much. Just search for MS Live or Mississippi Live in the App Store.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.